We continue covering Colorado for you. Unemployment fraud has been a major problem in Colorado during this pandemic. Fraudsters have stolen tens of millions of dollars from the state, and thousands of legitimate unemployment claims are still held up on fraud holds. Well, now we are getting an up-close look at how criminals across the globe are committing unemployment fraud here in Colorado. CBS 4 investigator Katie Weiss surfed dark web forums to bring you the story.
Just about anything is up for sale on the dark web, including dumps of Coloradans' identities called fulls, advertised as the gateway to file fraudulent pandemic unemployment assistance claims.
What's unfortunate today is that someone's identity is very likely being stored by some cybercriminal, either from one of the many data breaches that we've heard about in recent years, or things like basic phishing attacks.
Crane Hassold with the cybersecurity company Agari has followed unemployment fraud chatter on the dark web since the beginning of the pandemic. He says about 500 identities are usually sold for only around $20.
This is how they make a living. They're just simply investing in information that could potentially make them more money in the future.
We found one man from Pueblo listed on a dark web ad for fulls. Now, while we redacted the information on the dark web, it shows his address, his social security number, date of birth, and even his mother's maiden name. Now, I spoke with the man on the phone, and understandably, he didn't want to be interviewed, but told me that just within the last year, someone has tried to file for unemployment in his name in Puerto Rico. He says someone has also applied for 6 credit cards in his name.
Identities aren't the only thing being traded online. Fraudsters are also sharing tips and tricks on how to play the system. One forum says, quote, never underestimate a little social engineering or the power of stupid people on Craigslist.
What we've seen is there's this Robin Hood mentality where a lot of these cyber criminals are actually willingly sharing their tactics openly with other individuals to try to increase the success rate for other people as well.
The rampant fraud affected thousands of Coloradans this year. As of July 1st, there were still more than 4,300 unemployment claimants who had successfully verified their identities, but their claims were still held up on fraud holds. The Department of Labor has been working to release those holds, but some have to be reviewed manually, meaning months of no payment for unemployed people.
It's awful.
In the meantime, Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser's Unemployment Fraud Task Force has been cracking down.
We take this unemployment insurance fraud so seriously because the net impact of the amount of fraud that is being attempted here, it's staggering.
He says it's critical to remain vigilant.
If you aren't checking ever your credit reports, then it could be that someone is stealing your identity and you don't know it.
Now, Weiser's office has created an identity theft repair kit to help you if you've been a victim of fraud. To find a link to it, just head to our website, cbsdenver.com, and click on the link to this story. For right now, reporting live at the Capitol, I'm Katie Weiss, covering Colorado First.